Well, on my way up here, my truck decided to behave badly. As you can see, the engine is not performing to its peak potential, which means I need to change the spark plugs. And the reason for that, I will show you. These Christmas lights keep going on and off, showing me that I need to service my traction control and to service my stability control while the engine light is flashing. I believe this is GM's way of scaring any individual, man or woman, into taking it into the dealership immediately. However, the symptoms are that of a dead cylinder. It upsets me greatly that GM would throw all these Christmas lights onto my dashboard when all it is a simple misfiring cylinder. A way to check for a misfiring cylinder is to simply, with the engine off, disconnect whatever cylinder you think it is, and then start in the engine. If it gets worse, it's not that cylinder. When you go to the next cylinder to test, you plug this back in with the engine off. So this will be a lot of starting and stopping each time. So when you go to test it, you first unplug the first coil pack, then start the engine. If it runs worse, you shut the engine off, plug the spark plug wire back into the coil pack, and start the engine again to double check everything. Turn the engine off, unplug another different coil pack, so you'll plug this in and then go over to the next one to check if that is the malfunctioning cylinder or the misfiring cylinder. When the engine stays the same, you know which cylinder it is you need to replace. I'm just going to replace all my spark plugs, all my spark plug wires, and be done with it. So as you can see, my engine is running the same, and therefore the first one I chose, which is very rare, is the cylinder that's down. So whether that's the first cylinder, the second cylinder, the 8th cylinder, or the 7th cylinder, I do not know. All I know is that it is the cylinder that is wrong. So this is my engine running again with all cylinders in place, all coil packs in place, all spark plugs in place, and it is still running poorly. Now, it's important to do this with hand tools only, and to be very, sorry, mosquitoes. It's early in the morning. It's important to do this very slowly and gingerly. So there is the spark plug out that was in the engine. As you can see, it's old, corroded. That's the new spark plug. And if you flip these around, no, that happens. You'll see a number on them. There we go. And that number matches the spark plug I just dropped, which I'll grab in a bit, or forget it's there, one or the other. When you're putting in a new spark plug, it's best to put it in by hand first, so you get the threads right. What I often do is I put it in backwards, like this, and when I feel the thread slide over where the threads grab, then I go forwards, bringing the spark plug softly and gently back into the engine, so I don't cross-thread anything. It's very important that we are very gentle during this period of time. And everything is always hand tight, and or check your torque specifications in your service manual. Again, this is your old spark plug, and that is the serial number to which your new spark plug, and again, they're both the same, iridium spark plugs, same shaft, same width, same number, same everything. So these are just directly unbolt, pull back in, drive away. So I have one of the, oh, never mind. So I have one of these old spark plugs, and the way they work, I'll show you one-handed. Spark plug fits in here. And the way this works is the wire comes down here and then clips on. The sheath is obviously up here, that's pulled down, and everything is shielded. So now that I pulled this apart for you guys to take a look at, I might put it back together. So the spark plug wire that I pulled apart for you guys to take a look at, now back together, ready to go on. Yep, there. We're ready to move on to the next one. Number 3 for me. Probably some other number for Dodge. I mean, I'm a Dodge fan. Probably some other number for GM. This is a GM 4.8, one of the smallest engines for the year, but she's a little tiny powerhouse. Very fun. You may find this funny. I'm actually inside the engine bay. Not on top of the engine, but inside. So, doing a job like this, as simple as it is, can be very, and that's just hand tight, hard, but you'll save yourself a fair bit in the long run, as opposed to having a company do it that charges lots and lots of money like GM. So my company that I work for, that owns this truck, that I've souped up, because there's a K&N air filter there, there's an exhaust on this thing, and a stereo system in it, saves money, and I get to have fun. So if I'm stuck on something for 8 hours a day, like I told them, I'm going to have fun with it, because this is my office. And that's one side done. So I'm going to move on to the other side, which is a lot more busier. So this side's a little harder to get to. I'm just going to go ahead and get it all done without recording it all. You've seen the other side, which, brilliantly enough, I did first, and recorded it for y'all. So, like I said earlier, because my company lets me soup up their vehicles with K&N air filter, exhaust system, colors, I give back by maintaining the vehicle, personally. So, gonna have a little bit more fun with this thing, and get this done. So, I hope you all liked the video, as badly done as it was. It is knowledgeable. There is some knowledge there. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know. I'll make some more videos soon. Just something to do, a little hobby. Totally do it for entertainment purposes only. So if you feel up to it, you can learn something, see how it's done, see how easy it is, and have some knowledge to do it yourself. So like I said, when you're putting these spark plugs in, let's give me a second here. When you're putting these spark plugs in, you want to make sure that you don't cross thread them. So you go left, which is lefty loosey, righty tighty, until you feel the threads, same thing, threads lock up or link or drop a little bit. You'll feel the vibration, and when it does that, it'll kind of like pop in a little bit, and then you can go right and tighten it up, but do it by hand. Don't use any kind of apparatus, pry bars, or pneumatic devices. There we go. All done by hand, and if you're really fancy, you'll get a torque bar out, match the torque specs to the spark plug. Like really, hand tight is good enough. So again, please like, subscribe, and comment below for what videos you want to see next. Literally just got done the last one. So tight, like a little bit. I had to switch up to this one just to get around the engine and be able to tighten it up. So let's give her a test, since I ended the video too quickly.